Hi and welcome. This is Sarah Peternell with Family Nutrition Services. I'm happy to be recording this video for you this evening. One of the things I've been wanting to share with you about for a little while now is the importance of B-complex vitamins for those of you with Hashimoto's. And I get this question a lot from my clients about what are some of the key foundation nutrients that, generally speaking, work for most people who have the autoimmune Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Now, I have also written some information on my blog about some genetic variations that are commonly associated with having Hashimoto's. This is what I'm referring to as the MTHFR genetic variation. And for a more in-depth and detailed description about this genetic variation and how it plays a role in having Hashimoto's, please do refer to my website at sarahpeternell.com and check out that blog post. But what I can tell you is, irregardless of having an MTHFR genetic variation, one of the things that I have found quite commonly among my clients with Hashimoto's is the need for additional B-complex vitamin support. Now, I'm just going to state that kind of broadly at this time, and then I'll explain it a little bit more in just a second. So, in regards to the MTHFR genetic variation, which affects approximately 40% of the population, so it is a pretty common genetic difference or genetic variation that a lot of people experience. This can reduce a person's availability of active folate, which is needed for many of the functions in the body, including supporting the brain and nervous system health, and also reducing levels of homocysteine, which may pose a threat or risk of cardiovascular disease. What I have found is that, generally speaking, through all of the testing that I have done with my clients over the years using the SpectraCell micronutrient test, is that most of my clients who have Hashimoto's have quite a number of deficiencies, first and foremost in usually folate, which is vitamin B9, and also in vitamin B12, or methylcobalamin, which is the active form of B12, that these two nutrients are typically deficient in people with Hashimoto's. Now, there may or may not be a direct correlation to having the MTHFR genetic variation, as I said, but I do see this quite commonly, that most of my clients, especially females, who have Hashimoto's have deficiencies in these two vitamins. Other deficiencies in B vitamins that I see are B1, which is thiamine, and also B3, which is niacin. So those two are also quite common. Now, if there's any corresponding adrenal issues or adrenal fatigue, sort of secondary, or maybe kind of concurrently happening with the low thyroid function, then also those individuals typically also tend to be low in pantothenate, which is B5. So because of my clinical experience in working with so many clients where we've done testing, and also knowing the strong correlation between MTHFR genetic variations and the need for B vitamins, especially folate and B12, one of the things that I can generally say is that if you have Hashimoto's, you probably do need B-complex vitamin support on an ongoing basis. So it's very important to choose a high-quality vitamin supplement. You can work, directly with a holistic practitioner to gain access to the professional lines of supplements. I generally recommend my favorite B complex is actually by Vital Nutrients, and it's their B complex formula. It has the methyl forms of both folate and B12, and it has a good level of all of the different other B vitamins in their relationship to one another. And because B vitamins are water soluble, you do need to take them on a daily basis, because whatever your body does not need, you will excrete. And then also, I do also recommend that you take them more than once per day. So, B vitamins can be a little bit stimulating. They can help support energy, they help support metabolism, they can help with, you know, digestion and assimilation of your other nutrients. They are wonderful cofactors for other nutrients in your body that you're getting from food or other supplements. And so you should take them, generally speaking, in the morning with breakfast, and then again, take your B complex with lunch. So one of the things I also feel that is a great benefit to taking a B complex vitamin when you have Hashimoto's is that it is very supportive to overall energy patterns. And so most of my clients, when they come in with a significant amount of fatigue related to Hashimoto's, what they notice is that when they start taking B vitamins, they actually start to feel like they get some of their innate energy back pretty quickly. So it's a nice change that can start to happen pretty quickly when you start taking a good B complex like the vital nutrients. There are a lot of B vitamins available in foods, of course. We see a lot of the B vitamins that are generally fortified in certain things like processed breads and cereals and things like that. That obviously is not the best place to get those vitamins from. They're typically synthetic and maybe not going to be as valuable or available to the body in that form. And then also the natural forms of B vitamins are often found in at least from the plant food standpoint, in some foods that maybe a person would be trying to avoid if they have Hashimoto's, because they're maybe following an anti-inflammatory or an AIP protocol or maybe a paleo program, and so they might be avoiding some grains and legumes. So people who are, using dietary strategies to help manage their Hashimoto's might also be avoiding some of the foods that tend to be richest in B vitamins. Now, from an animal food standpoint, really the best source of getting B12 from your diet is going to come from animal protein. Animal protein is a great source of the vitamin B12 and also the carnitine, which is a great cofactor with B12 to enhance that vitamin in particular. Some people also, again, may be avoiding meat if they have either some intolerance or some digestive issues around meat. So supplementing again with a B complex and perhaps even in particular with an additional B12 is a great idea. Symptoms of B vitamin deficiencies have a very wide range of symptoms and generally complaints that maybe a person doesn't associate with a B vitamin deficiency, but here are some that I am aware of, both from my own personal experiences with having Hashimoto's and also from working with my clients. First of all, neurological function. B vitamins are very, very important for taking care of our brains and for protecting our brains, our cognition, our nervous system, memory, mood, even proper sleep, and helping to stave off things like depression and anxiety. So B vitamins can be very helpful if you're someone with Hashimoto's who maybe is going through some issues with depression or other maybe mental health issues. And also B vitamins can help clear up some of the brain fog that is typically associated with Hashimoto's as well, which seems to be one of the number one things that my clients come in talking about. Typically would be, some of the kind of just feeling like you can't quite reach your thoughts, you can't quite come up with the word or remember what you were wanting to say when some of that brain fog is prevalent. So B vitamins can really help to resolve that issue as well. And then B vitamins are really important in order to support the healthy metabolism. So deficiencies might look like, again, the fatigue, but also resistant weight loss, difficulty with recovering from exercise, or maybe starting a new exercise regimen where you're feeling like you don't have as much stamina. B vitamins can help with that a lot. B vitamins are really, really important, not just for thyroid hormones production, but also for other hormones in the body. So especially, again, for both women and for men, but also especially for women, many women with Hashimoto's experience some other hormonal imbalances, maybe issues especially related to their menstrual cycle and having maybe more estrogen dominant types of symptoms or PMS. And taking these B vitamins, including especially B6, can be very, very helpful for alleviating some of those complaints like maybe heavier flow, cramps, irritability, fatigue again. So that's really, really helpful. Other B vitamin deficiencies can affect the mucous membranes of really everywhere in the body. Sometimes people with B vitamin deficiencies will have kind of cracks around their mouth or maybe even around their eyes. Skin tends to suffer, and also skin on the hands and around the cuticles and the nails can also be affected by B vitamin deficiencies. Our digestion strongly relies on a good, steady source of these essential vitamins every single day. So, for a really good digestive health, you also want to make sure you have a good source of a quality B complex vitamin. So, this is just a quick primer, just a quick video I wanted to share with you about a question that I get a lot about a foundation nutrient that helps people with Hashimoto's. I do want you to think about the B complex. I want you to think about extra folate, methylfolate, also methylcobalamin, which is B12, which is the active form of B12, B6 for corresponding hormonal, B5 for corresponding adrenal. And then if there are some neurological concerns, looking into B1, again, which is thiamine. And I really like the product called benfotiamine, which is a high dose of actually a synthetic thiamine that's easily absorbed and can be very helpful with vertigo, dizziness, depression, anxiety, and even help with things like migraines. So that's a really great one to consider. And then for energy, niacin B3 is very, very helpful. So start out with just a great B complex, a high quality B complex vitamin, like I said, the one from Vital Nutrients. If you're one of my clients and you have access to FullScript, you can find that product there. If you're one of my clients, you're probably already taking it. So anyway, please do check out my blog for a lot of other information and resources for Hashimoto's. I also have a lot of other videos in this whole series. I have a whole video about why you may need more protein, animal protein. If you have Hashimoto's, you can check that one out as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I'll be back soon with more information. Have a great day.